You've probably seen a lot of images like these around campus, promoting a love supreme, an exhibit focused on highlighting Black cultural expression and activism in the 60s and 70s. And you can find it here at Bird Library.
Named after John Coltrane's song "A Love Supreme", in which he repeats the phrase 19 times. This exhibition is meant to honor the Black community's display of Afro-diasporic pride in the 1960s and 70s through political demonstrations and artistic and literary expression. We sat down with Caroline Charles, race and literary studies instructor and head curator of the exhibit, to learn more about how it all came together.
And my research is focused on how Black filmmakers use archives. And with my research, I really wanted to have experience working in an archive. But we also had the idea of sort of expanding our scope and looking at this period somewhat holistically, seeing what Black people were doing across like political activism, in education, in their everyday lives.
While the exhibit takes a holistic approach when it comes to looking at the lived experiences of Black people during this time, the Syracuse University community need not look far to realize its own relevance to the political and cultural climate on which A Love Supreme focuses. Charles's course, Race and Literary Studies, illuminates the cultural constructions of race as they're represented in different texts.
Our class wouldn't exist, I don't think, at least wouldn't exist on this campus, without some of the activism that is documented in this exhibition.
If the background of this image seems familiar to you, that is because it depicts the Student African American Society protesting in 1969 in front of 119 Euclid Avenue. This building now serves as a center for Office of Diversity and Inclusion programming for students of color.
Not a lot of people know that a protest like that occurred on this campus, let alone in front of 119 Euclid, which is now the hub for Black students on campus.
With the university's experience with racial tensions and public demonstrations in the recent past, it is important to look back and acknowledge that this isn't new.
I think it's really important for us to know that history of our campus so that it's not lost.